welcome you to another episode of This is R12 Employee Spotlight. We have Mark Parsons here with us today, so I'll get started with an easy question. What is your role here?
So my role at the Service Center is that I am the Director of Strategic Leadership, and then I'm also a Field Service Agent.
Okay, let's jump into some real questions. What does a typical day at work look like for you?
So a typical day, if I'm in the office or if I'm headed out to the field, is I get here pretty early. I'm a morning person, so it's usually actually somewhere between 5:45 to 6:15. Oh. And I like to sit out here in the lobby of the zone, and I do some personal work on the side before I get my work going for the day. And then from that, it's just working through my calendar, whether it's out in the field, working with one of the initiatives I'm more directly involved with, or checking up on teammates or meeting with superintendents. But it varies every day. And so that makes the day go by, and I enjoy coming to work every day.
Okay. Tell us about your journey up to this point. How did you get here?
So I got to the Service Center in January of 2022. So going back to the beginning of my career, I started in 2003 as a junior high teacher and coach, and bounced around the state for about 10 plus years or so, and spent 12 years teaching and coaching. My wife is from the Central Texas area, and that's what eventually brought us back. During that time, I had an opportunity to join a district where I was an athletic director, head football coach, and then at the time in that district, kind of came to a realization that I had done some extra schooling, added some certifications and some leadership roles, and it might be time to cross over to the dark side into administration. And so I spent 5 months as an assistant principal in a different district, and then came back to the same district and had the good opportunity to serve as a principal and then eventually a superintendent. And so just prior to coming to the Service Center, I was a superintendent for about 4.5 years.
Okay. What is something you don't get to talk about that you're proud of or passionate about?
I had to think about this one a little bit, but if I'm being perfectly honest, my wife and I are both educators. And so for a long time, in all honesty, me and her had gone back and forth about her continuing her education as well. And a few years ago, she took it upon herself to go back to school and work on her master's degree. And that was very rewarding to be with her along that journey, knowing that I know she could get to that finish line and what it can mean to her, and but her taking the opportunity herself to go back and do that. And so, and for our kids to see that. And so that was really impactful.
Yeah, I know you're proud of Angel. What makes ESC Region 12 a great place to work?
Region 12 is a great place to work because you're doing something different all the time, or you have the opportunity to do something all the time. You have the opportunity to make your job look like you want it to look like, to lean on your strengths, and to learn from a lot of the others that are in this building with you. I can say for a fact that I'm a lot smarter now in a lot of different areas than I was 5 years ago, and that's a testament to the people who are here on the Region 12 team.
Yeah, I know, when I came here, you brought me here, and that was something that y'all stressed to me, that really being able to design the job you want is something that we get the opportunity to do. What is the best piece of advice you've received that you would like to pass on to our audience?
So the best piece of advice, or one of the best pieces of advice I've ever received, was when I was a coach, and I worked for a gentleman who I considered a mentor of me. And we were talking about leadership and having the opportunity to move up the ladder, so to speak, in our careers. And he told me, Mark, there's two types of coaches. He said there's coaches who see the weight room, and then there's coaches who really see the weight room. And I didn't know what he meant by when he said that. He's like, well, Mark, there's two types of people. Some people just stand around and look and don't really observe what's going on in their surroundings. And they don't see those students who are cheating on their reps over on the squat rack or didn't dress out right. They're just here because they were told to be here. And then there's other people who are really observant, and pay attention to the details, and those who are the people that move up in our career. So it's a great piece of advice. So I like to tell folks, what are you going to see today? You going to see the weight room, or are you going to see the whole weight room? Are you going to be observant?
Okay. Let's switch to some rapid fire questions.
Great.
What other career did you almost pursue?
So, I guess you would say I almost pursued physical therapy because that's the girlfriend who I followed to college. That's what she was majoring in. And so I said, yeah, I'll do that too. So I guess you'd say I almost pursued physical therapy, but then I took chemistry and botany and said, no, I don't want to do that anymore. And so I guess that's the closest to another career I had.
Okay. Which pillar of our vision do you relate to most? Innovate, empower, or educate?
Well, I think they're all good, of course, but for me, I think it's empower. I want to empower other members of our team or in the service center with the ability to take risk so that they can be innovative and they can educate others around them, including myself and our LEAs.
I think you do a really good job as a director of empowering your team.
I appreciate it.
What is your favorite place in our region?
Well, so I'm going to give a non-typical answer and say that I think probably my favorite place in the region is whatever district I get to be out in that day. I really love being out in the field, going to different districts, and learning about all the different unique leaders that make up this region, and the teachers and the students as well. So that is a great day when I get to be out in the field and go, whether it's going to Rice, to Lampasas, to Mullen, or Dew. Those are all great places every day.
If ESC Region 12 had a mascot, what would it be?
It'd be a liger.
Okay, can you explain why it would be a liger?
It would be a liger, part lion, part tiger. That's because there's no one thing that represents the ESC. We're a blend of so many personalities and specializations that it's got to be something as unique as a liger.
Okay, good. If you could trade places with another employee for a day, who would it be?
Well, so I'm going to say Clayton, because Clayton and his team do remarkable work around the service center, and they do a different type of work than most of us do. And I would want to put myself in their shoes one day and get to see how their team operates, because we can't function in most of the things that we do on a daily basis without him and the members on his team. So I think I'd like to go walk a day in his shoes.
I like that. That team does a phenomenal job. So, last question. Who would you like to interview next?
What about Ashley Cripe up in Grant Services?
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. Please join us next time to learn a little bit more about Ashley.